Hey guys, it's time for pull number 4. It's actually only the 21st of December. I feel like I got through the last book pretty quick. I just finished Other Minds by Peter Godfrey Smith. Other Minds is a non-fiction book which looks at the evolution of intelligence and consciousness with a main focus on cephalopods like octopuses, but there's also a lot of chat about cuttlefish and squid and stuff like that. Mainly cuttlefish and octopuses though. And yeah, so this is kind of going to be a short review because I'm running out of time. I've got to head off to work. But yeah, I didn't love this one, I'm sad to say. I didn't really get on with the writing style. I think I found it quite choppy and changing. I did listen to the audiobook that I got on Scribd as well as reading alongside the Kindle. And yeah, I don't know, there was just something about the writing style. I felt sometimes when reading it, he would throw a sentence in there that was kind of irrelevant to the passage, in my opinion. Maybe it wasn't irrelevant and I just didn't understand, but it kind of threw me off for the rest of the paragraph because then I wasn't sure if he was talking about the thing he was initially speaking of or if this new thing that had come in was now the subject of what he was talking about. And I felt like that happened a few times and I just found that a bit confusing. The other thing was, this is of course like very speculative because of the subject matter, and Peter Godfrey Smith is actually a philosopher, not a scientist, so it was written in a way that was like quite anecdotal. Obviously with this stuff there is a lot of speculation, but there's also a lot of science around it, but this didn't feel like a particularly scientific writing because it wasn't. I guess he's a philosopher, so it's coming from a slightly different angle. But yeah, there was a few times in this book where I felt it was written as if things were true when it was speculation, although to be fair he did say at the end or before, this is speculation or that was just conjecture and this is perhaps something and this is perhaps something. There was all of that, but for me overall it just swayed a little bit too much into the guesswork category for me to fully enjoy it. The other thing that I really didn't like reading about was the experiments on animals. It's just my personal thing, I just don't like reading about it. And there was a little section in here talking about experiments that were done on whether or not different animals can feel pain, and I just hated that bit. Let's just leave it at that. I just hated that bit. There was some good to it though. There was really interesting things, and talking about cuttlefish and them changing colour, there was a bit of science about the way their skin is made up in order to produce these colours and things like that. And that was really fascinating, and I did look on YouTube and was watching videos of cuttlefish changing colour for a long time after I read that section, and yeah, it's just amazing. If you've not looked it up, I highly recommend it. Actually, I will link a video in the description for you to check out. So that was really fun, and there was some very interesting discussion about the consciousness and about the evolution of intelligence and stuff like that, and just thinking about the ways that we think and the ways the animals think. That was all very interesting, but overall I just didn't love it. And you know, maybe I just feel that way because I've come off the back of reading a non-fiction book that touches on similar things I just really liked, and I thought it was written really well. So maybe that, just coming off the back of reading that and then coming off the back of reading Sapiens as well, maybe it just was a bit of a non-fiction overload. Initially as I was reading it I felt like it was a 2.5 stars, but I'm thinking now I finished it, I think it's a 3-star book for me. Anyway, so that was a bit of a bummer, but I did enjoy parts of it for sure, and I really enjoyed looking up those videos of the cuttlefish because it's absolutely fascinating to think about. Since I've only been reading non-fiction so far this year, I went into Waterstones the other day and I thought I would treat myself to my next book club book. So the book club that I do with some friends and family, we're reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by B.E. Schwab. This is our book club pick for January. We've actually had 2 months to read this, but because of this challenge I haven't started this yet. I won't start it till the 1st of January. But I thought, you know what, I've got access to it on audio. I think it's on Scribd. Hopefully it will stay on Scribd for the time that I want to read it. But I thought, you know what, it would be just really nice to have a really nice physical copy as well. And I'll do some cutaways so you can see, but look, there's like nice flowers on the end. It's just so pretty. And there's the inside. It's got a really nice pictures. Let me open that. Yeah, it's a good book. It's a good book, so yeah, I've treated myself to this lovely thing as compensation for my punishment this month. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting this on the 1st of January. I'm really sorry about the lighting, by the way. It gets dark here really quick now, and I just don't have time to set up my lights or anything. So yeah, I'm really sorry. It looks a bit bad. But anyway, let's move on and let's pick the next read. You guys know what I want. It's not even worth talking about at this point. Oh, green. Have we had a green one before? Maybe green is the way forward. Let's see. Okay, let's put the pot back there. And let's find out what this one is. Of course it's more non-fiction, guys. I mean, who's surprised at this point? This is Stephen Hawking, A Life in Science. Why, Cup? Why? I'm not even mad at it at this point. Do you know what? It's a biography. It's different. It's different. I'm taking it. Okay, here it is. Stephen Hawking, A Life in Science. This is by Michael White and John Gribben. And I bought it for the grand total of £3. I remember I went into this bookshop and they had loads of books like this that were really, really cheap, and I couldn't walk away. So this is one of them. And yeah, it's not very long. Let's see how long it is. Oh, it's quite long. 350 pages. Yeah, I would say that is quite... It's not too bad. And it's physical, and I haven't read any physical books this month so far. So this is my 4th book of the month, which is kind of about average for me. Usually I read about 4 or 5 books in a month. To reach my Goodreads goal, I was supposed to read 7. So that ship has sailed. I'm not reaching my Goodreads goal. I would imagine I could perhaps finish this before the new year and pick another one. But it's Christmas, isn't it? So that's the thing. I'm working a lot tomorrow and the next day. And then I've got 3 days off over Christmas, but we're moving around a lot and visiting lots of different family, which would be great, but there'll be no time for reading. So yeah, I think this one and perhaps another one is on the cards. So just to let you know, this month I've been planning my TBR game for round 3, and I think I'm actually going to turn it into a bit of a, not a team game, but a bit of a 2-player game, as in I'm one player and you guys are the other players. So yeah, I think I've come up with a way that we can do it, and I'm really excited to share that with you. So yeah, I thought I would let you guys know that that is coming, and I'm really excited about it. It should be fun. Hopefully fun, different way to play the game. If I don't speak to you guys before, if you celebrate Christmas, I hope that you have a lovely time with friends and family, just chilling on your own, watching TV, whatever you want to do. Yeah, enjoy. I will see you soon. Bye guys.